there is another 40-year-old legendary quarterback who struggled again.
Struggling
in the playoffs on wild card weekend, and that is none other than Drew Brees. He had 26 for 33. So far, so good, right? You look at that like, wow.
Oh, that sounds great.
Right,
wow. Okay.
79% completion. But he only threw for 208 yards. 208 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and the fumble. And I'm not going to sit here like maybe some other people and say that Drew Brees lost the game for him.
Drew Brees lost the game for him.
What would happen. But that fumble, as they were marching to take the lead, it was devastating. So here's what I say, Rob, not because of the fumble, but just because I see the handwriting on the wall. Drew Brees does still have a little bit left. He's still I'm
not interested in Drew Brees. Probably got
more left than it might have more left than Tom Brady. But if I'm the Saints, I would move on, and I would because Drew's a free agent, so you don't have to cut him, don't have to do anything embarrassing. Just let him go, let him walk away, and let Teddy Bridgewater take over. You were 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater. Because here's the thing, Drew's not going to get better. And when he's been at his best, you won 1 Super Bowl, great. But you've also struggled. You've also lost the last 3 years in the playoffs with Drew, a better version of Drew than you probably get this year or next year. So that's what I say, Rob. Turn it over to Teddy Bridgewater and let Taysom Hill be the backup, and come in and do his unorthodox thing that he does.
I just think the time has come. And I think if you remember, Chris, even last year with the bad call, they got the ball back.
Yes.
And Drew Brees wasn't able to do anything. And I'm just, if you looked at that game, you go, well, he really wasn't great in that game either. After that bad loss to Dallas last year, you remember?
Yep.
That's when everything went south.
He struggled at the end of last season.
Because before, he was going to be the MVP. You remember he played so well? And then all of a sudden, it went down the crapper.
Yep.
And I'm just looking at it now, and I would move away from him as well. You got to get younger. You got to get these guys. They're trying to play until they're 50 years old, 40-some-odd years old. You're asking for a lot. And the way that these players are moving around and what's happening, you're just setting yourself up to be bad or to get hurt. And you don't want to do that. He set records. He's got a Super Bowl, Chris. What's left?
Well,
What's
left?
Now,
let me ask you this. What do you think about Drew Brees? Now, he doesn't create the buzz that Tom Brady would. He won't put as many people in the stands as Tom Brady would. But what about the Chargers looking at him?
Only if they miss. Only if they swing and miss.
Phillip Rivers
on Tom Brady.
So you would rather have Brady with the Chargers than Drew Brees
because of the
fans?
Yes, because remember they're trying to sell out a new stadium.
Brady would all of a sudden you'd have a ton of at least people would go to the stadium
and
the game.
Yes, they would. And who would have the Chargers uniform would be right? The jersey, Brady's Charger jersey would be in fuego. They would. I mean, I'm not sitting here telling you that Brady wouldn't move the needle there, Chris. He would.
Right.
More so than Brees. And I'm not saying that if you can't get Brady or somehow he wises up and decides that he's going to retire and do the right thing. Spike Lee said it, Brady. Do the right thing. Step down. Retire. Go retire. Okay? Stop it already. We saw your act. It's a tired act. And I know people say, don't be disrespectful to Tom. Tom Brady's had a great career. So many things have gone his way. He's fortunate. Sometimes you got to know, you want to end on a.
Here's the problem, though. You said that 8 years ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
2012?
Chris, today's the 6th of January. That's not a whole year. So just if you want to say 7
years ago.
7 years.
7.5 years ago.
No, 6.5.
You
said August of 2012.
My girls were just starting high school.
Would you
They're
stop?
about to graduate from college now. I mean, seriously.
I'm not so sure. I want to check that tape. You think they dubbed my voice or something on there? I'm not positive. That didn't even sound like Skip. I think there was something wrong with that tape.
I'm positive.
You sure?
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Your turn to weigh in. Should the New Orleans Saints move on from Drew Brees? I would go with Bridgewater. Let's see what you think. 877-99 on Fox. Rashide. I hope I said that right. Rashide in Detroit. Sounds like one of Rob's old
Would you stop?
connects.
What's up?
What's up, man? You know Rob?
What's up? Hecky no, man. Hey, check this out, Chris.
All right.
Man, you my cousin, man, when it comes to this political talk, when it comes to this sports talk thing. I am on your team, brother. Real talk.
My man.
He's just mad.
Listen.
He's just mad because
sound
in
like an
Detroit.
intelligent brother.
In Detroit,
I like
he
that.
got his
Chris.
feelings hurt because I told him about the Detroit teams and he didn't want to
Excuse
hear
me.
it.
Can I finish, Chris? I am on team Chris and Magic Johnson. I am on that team, and guess what? Hey, Chris, you can be Superman, and I can be a mixture between the Green Lantern and the Martian Manhunter, and we are fighting the forces of evil of Rob Parker and the Empire and his cronies, and we will take those guys down.
Wow.
Now,
I like it. All right, go
Now-
ahead, Rashide. What's your take?
I'm glad he's on your side,
okay,
Chris.
so here's the thing about Brees. I believe Brees needs to stay, but I do believe that they need to put Teddy Bridgewater more in the mix, meaning that I think it should be some type of two-tier quarterback
That's hard
situation.
to do, though.
This ain't college.
I always believed in a two-tier quarterbacker system because I think it may make the game more beautiful, more exciting, and things of that nature. And like I said, Chris, I am team Chris and Magic Johnson all the way. And then, you know, Rob got mad one day when I called in not too long
See,
ago.
I
and
knew
was
he had an
supporting-
attitude. I knew he had an attitude about something.
Rashide.
Yeah, it was
Great
about
brother.
Magic Johnson, and I was spot on about Magic.
You weren't spot on. I said you should throw a wet blanket over Magic statue, and you got mad. It's all good. Thanks for calling.
Let's go to Brian in California. Brian, you're on with the Chris and Rob, the odd couple.
Fellas, how you doing tonight?
Doing
What's up,
great.
brother?
I think the Saints they got to move on. It's sad because I'm watching all these guys that I was in like junior high when these guys first started, and it's coming to that time where their careers are up, and Brees just he's showing he's getting old. Bridgewater could have pretty much did the same thing he did in the first half, and in the playoff game he didn't really do much, and I think it's just time to move on. He's going to be a free agent. They got Bridgewater. They got Taysom Hill. I mean, the Patriots can say that. They don't have anybody to
Right.
come in
See,
after
that's
Brady's
the
gone.
difference.
So
That's
The
difference
Patriots could
between
pick
the
up Teddy
Patriots.
Bridgewater. What do you mean they don't have anybody?
No, he's not there.
available.
There's no guarantee they get him.
But I'm saying
You
he's
got him.
available.
You got him in New Orleans.
He's a free agent in New Orleans. You ain't got him. He's
You got
free.
him. Stop.
No, you don't. Thanks, Brian. How about Patrick in North Carolina? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Patrick?
Rob, I guess I'm one of your so-called cronies because I'm with you 100%. So here's a little something for Chris and his super friends.
Yes.
It's like, turn out the lights. As Don Meredith would say, turn out the lights. The party is over. The Patriot dynasty is no more.
No.
Turn out the light. The party's over. Old man Brady is done for sure. Now,
Thank
with
you.
that being said, getting to
They
Drew
said
Brees.
that. In fact, Rob did say it 8 years ago.
Whatever.
Well, you're like all the other Patriot fans. You want to relish on the past now. This is today.
Yes.
And today, Brady is sitting at home. Now, with that being said, going on to Drew Brees, I think they ought to let Brees play at least one more year with the Saints. And if they don't, then Brees could go ahead and retire. He's done everything that a quarterback could do. And with the comment of him going back to San Diego, why would he want to go back to a team that let him go, that gave up on him
No, it's true.
for Phillip Rivers, and look what he did
Maybe
for New Orleans.
unfinished business.
Yeah, but I'm-
you
hey,
talk about tying
Patrick,
a bow on a career.
Sometimes I'm with you. You remember that, and they didn't want to keep him around. Thanks for the call and the support, my man Patrick in North Carolina.
Fox didn't want you years ago.
Oh, look at that! Wow, wow, Joe! Wow, yeah, that was pretty
Joe
good.
and Winston-Salem.
I don't
you're on
remember
with the Odd
applying
Couple.
for Fox years ago. Did I?
Hey, guys, I love your show.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, there's another issue with both these quarterbacks is the health issues. You get an injury in your 40s, it's way worse than your 20s and 30s. They ought to retire. They got enough money. They could play with their grandchildren.
Yes.
And also, I wish y'all talk about Derrick Henry. I mean, if Derrick Henry plays like that, they could beat any team. I'm not saying they'll go to the Super Bowl, but if he plays like that, Anything can
Derrick
happen.
Henry was a man.
Well, and no
he
doubt.
was a monster. He has been all year, of
And
course,
Joe, when
but
you
that
can
was
when you
great.
can
That was
control
a
the ball
performance.
and run the football like that, you have a chance to win. And your quarterback doesn't hurt
got
you.
nothing from
Right?
Tannehill, though.
Right.
You get 72 yards
Yeah,
or 80 yards.
but they got
He
one-
reminds me of Earl Campbell, the way he ran.
Yeah, I mean, he broke, and that was impressive. It was a franchise record for yards in a playoff game. Considering you had Earl Campbell in that franchise.
That's amazing. Because remember, they were
That's
the old
impressive.
Houston Oilers.
Yep.
Chris in San Diego, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
What's going on, y'all?
How
What's
you?
up, man?
Oh man, Rob, how many L's you gonna take from Chris, man? Like,
What
Thank you,
else?
brother. Chris.
I've been crushing Chris all year. What radio
Chris.
station are you listening to?
Chris,
What?
Don't let him shout you down like that.
No,
you know
hey,
of
Chris.
what you speak.
Chris, what are you
He's
talking about?
Takes. He's talking
He ain't
about
talking-
opinions.
You was wrong about wins. You was wrong about.
I was wrong about wins.
He's talking about takes.
What?
You can have a pigskin.
Oh, now
pick
he's
off.
saying that.
He's talking about
Chris-
takes, baby.
Chris, it's been a bad year for you.
No,
Chris
no.
Chris can't even pick the NBA right. He had the Lakers going to the playoffs.
LeBron got hurt.
Oh, I don't want to hear about all
when
that.
Carson got hurt, it was
Hey, we're
fine,
not talking
right?
about
That's
basketball,
why
okay?
Philly
So
lost, because
don't go
Carson got
there.
hurt.
Chris picked the Warriors, too, to win the championship. Good Steph. Steph is
Because
still
of
there.
injuries.
Steph will win. Steph will
Because
win.
of injuries.
Steph will get a chance to do his thing now that KD ain't there. And I told everybody, no KD, no title. And I was right.
It
agree with
wasn't
that.
KD. It was no Clay.
No,
no
please.
KD and no Clay. If they
No
had
Clay, no way. I told you that, too.
If they had Clay, they would have won.
No, they wouldn't have,
Even
Chris.
with
Stop
KD
it.
on the
Stop.
sidelines,
Stop.
they would have. Stop it. You stop it.
Chris, I feel bad for you. Just because your name is Chris, don't follow Chris Broussard.
Chris, great
Chris
call.
has issues.
Call anytime, Chris. Anytime.
Who is that, your cousin from San Diego? You texted
I got
him?
no family in San Diego.
You lived everywhere else around the country.
Don't steal my spiels. See, listen to you. You got your. You want to be a stand-up comic, and you stealing my material? Stop it. What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard,
I'm Rob Parker.
and we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh, man. Are you serious?